In this video, we'll be taking a look at Inertia by Sinevibes. We'll look at how we can use it as a functional ducking tool to create more space in the mix, as well as using it as a creative glitch and stutter effect on percussive loops. We'll also take a look at how we can use the snapshots and create variations of the plugin within one instance for quick call-up of a number of different sequences. So I have an instance of Inertia loaded onto this chord sound. And I noticed that the chord sound and the drum loop clash slightly. As some of the notes land on the same hits as the kick drum and the snare. So we can use Inertia as a very functional ducking effect here to clean this mix up. But with this kind of loop, it's very effective because we're not ducking on every beat. We can just duck the notes out that are interfering with the kick. I'm going to change the duration here to 4 bars, as our drum and chords loop are 4 bars long. This first note here is interfering with the snare drum. So I can bring the level down, and then I can change the shape in this section below. So I'm going to change it to a single ramp, and I'm going to reverse the polarity. I'll do the same for this note here. This note here. And any of the notes that I think are interfering with the kick drum or snare. We can then tweak the effect and how it sounds and the feel using these 3 controls at the bottom. Changing the envelope time to make it shorter. Change the attack and decay smoothing from snappy to lazy. Or even bring down the intensity of the effect. So now let's take a look at how we can use Inertia to transform this drum loop. I'm going to load one of the presets here. Opt for this shaper. It creates quite a glitchy, stuttery effect on the loop. I'm going to set the loop to run over the full sequence here. And do a little edit at the end. It creates a little hi-hat fill. And also up here we have a swing setting, so when we're using a drum loop like this that has some swung hits, then we can just match the envelope sequence and timing by dialing up the swing to match the swing of the loop that we're using to process. We also have a few handy shortcuts included with Inertia, enabling us to quickly apply global edits to the envelope sequences. So we can hold shift and click and drag, and we adjust all the envelope levels together. Or we could hold command and click to set all the levels to the same value. As well as the intensity control down here, we can dial down the effect. We drag it in the other direction. We get a gain control, so we can bring some gain back into our loop. Placing an EQ after this effect and then loading it with this kick drum. See, we can very quickly transform loops, create nice, effective envelope shapes. Now I'm going to load up this drop bass. I have an instance of Inertia loaded on here. And let's create a number of different snapshots that we can switch between to load up different edits of this loop. So in this first snapshot, I'll load one of the presets. And now we can, with this snapshot loaded in the first slot, I can copy this, go to my second slot, paste this, and then do a slight edit. Maybe change the length, change the duration to make it run faster or slower. Switch back to the first snapshot very quickly. I'm going to this third snapshot, and we could randomize the whole instance for this third snapshot. And maybe just take a section. And then we have an evolve option, so we can evolve the randomization, so it won't randomize the whole instance. It will just tweak the randomization slightly. We also have these functions here where we can clone either the first half, first quarter, or first eighth of the sequence to quickly edit all of our envelopes. Be sure to check out Inertia by Sinevibes, which is available now at adsrsounds.com.